Welcome to Renew US on PJNet Live. It is great to be here. It is great to look in the chat room and see new faces. It is great to look in the chat room and see familiar faces. Folks, if you have come here, you have come to a place of encouragement, a place of uplifting and fellowship and fun. And you see right back there, football. It's coming, folks. Football season is on its way. And to celebrate the beginning of football season, Dell Didway has a brand new book called Touchdown or First Down. I should know the title of it. I haven't read all of it yet. But tell you what we're going to do. Since I know so little about the book, we will bring the author himself, Dell, First Down Devotions. You got it, Dell. Wow, Dell. Normally, you're one of the most interesting bloggers in the world, except today.
Yeah, I kind of hit a wall today, didn't I?
You must have been desperate for copy.
I was so bored.
We can talk about look at that coffee mug.
Brand new.
You are the man. I was looking for a graphic of that logo, and I can't find it. I need a graphic.
Send you one. Angel, send you one.
Well, do it soon. I requested it 48 hours ago.
Well, call us.
Okay. Tell Angie I need that logo to put a watermark because I'm making videos, and we've almost got one in the can.
That's awesome.
With one of our guests.
So you had a good time.
A good time would be an understatement. It was, well, if you read Dell's blog today, it was one of those literal life-changing experiences for me. Now, you can read the blog and hear all about that, but let me say this. I am convinced that it was also a life-changing experience for many people that were there. I've met some of them.
Oh, yeah, I would agree. I've received numerous messages from folks on Twitter, from private messages on Facebook, and a couple of phone calls and text messages. Because I always leave my car with everybody. It's a couple of them is very encouraging to me, which I need that too. We go down there to help and to encourage and to instruct and to advise and tell our stories. But it means a lot when one of the gals comes up and takes time to write out a card to give to you, and then somebody puts out this Twitter post how much of an encouragement I was to them, and that helps me. That fuels my fire. So we always appreciate that.
And encouragement is something that no matter how little you have or how much you have, a sincere word of encouragement, I think, is a gift that we can all give, and it is very much in need. Yeah. When I pulled up to the Mount Zion Baptist Church, it's a little bit underwhelming because it's kind of a country church, and I'm thinking big, this is a big stage, and no, it's just a real, well, I sit there a little while. I'm the only one in the parking lot because I've got to set up all of my gear. So I call you, and you say you're kind of on your way. Meanwhile, this van pulls up, and this grubby-looking guy gets out.
It must be Andy.
and he introduces himself as Andy Clapp. Well, you, in our conversations, had already told me that the pastor's name was Andy Clapp. So I referred to him as pastor and said, I'm Coach Prasick. So he wants to give me some context other than pastor. So he says, I did an endorsement for Dell's new book, First Down Devotions. I said, oh, really? I did too.
Yeah, but I paid him. Not kidding.
And just a great guy.
Yeah.
And that was just the start of, this great person encounter happened over and over and over. And of course the spotlight was on the stage, but that was less than half of what I felt good about. There's some good folks come to these things.
Yeah, and for those who may not, if you didn't read a blog or just joining us, we help the Serious Writer team put on these Christian Writer Conferences, and we just held one down in Liberty, North Carolina, the Serious Writer North Carolina Christian Writers Conference. That's a long name. And you came up, I should say, came over and joined us and participated and took part and just jumped right in. Everybody said wonderful things about you and how much they enjoyed you. and Kyle really enjoyed it, and of course Michelle and Beth and everybody thought you were just right at home and part of the team. So that was awesome.
Well, it's funny because on the way up there, my intention was to primarily get footage of Michelle first because she's asked me to do a project for her professionally. I wanted to get some shots of you because you and her each appear weekly here. So I wanted to get some B-roll and some contextual stuff to make some promo videos. I hadn't been, I left, and within an hour I got this idea, and it came from 20 years ago, probably, at a wedding reception. A couple had one of those VCR recorders set up on a tripod, and it was recording constantly. And people would walk in front of the camera and just say, congratulations, da da da. I don't know why that came into my mind. I'm going to have to say God put it there because it really, I haven't thought of it in 20 years. And I thought I could do something like that with the attendees at the conference. They sacrificed to be there in time and travel, hotel, admission to the conference itself. I thought this would be a way that they could share and have something like a memento of some kind, and may have some commercial value down the road. And so I had to stop and get a green screen. So when I picked up my daughter, I said, "Call Atlanta, get on, And we got closer to Atlanta. I said, we ain't got time. Call Charlotte. So we stopped in Charlotte and got a little green screen. And I was amazed. We've got at least 40 videos. And the only opportunity was during recess, during lunch or mealtime. So, I didn't get to eat much because, heck, I'm working,
Right. But you did get the biscuits and gravy that were there, right?
Oh, gosh. Listen,
oh, my gosh. Weren't those awesome?
Yeah.
There's nothing like good biscuits and gravy, is there?
I got plenty to eat, Dale. But
there's nothing like it.
Anyway, I really feel like that the Lord brought some people together there, and I've already, when I get back to work tomorrow, I'm logging in on the system to get off of work for the November conference in Ohio, and that's going to be a longer stretch of a drive. But folks, I'm not a writer, and I was blown. This was the most spiritually energizing event, and I've been to a few. Heck, I've been the speaker at some. This was really, really good.
Yeah, it's always it's never there's never any downtime, and then when we go back to the hotel, oftentimes we stay up till we're all down in the lobby, midnight, 1, 2 in the morning sometimes. So. Having a good time of visiting. So it's always a blast. It is high energy. It is nonstop activity from 8 till 8 or 9 that night. It's just nonstop. And then even in our downtime, it's action packed, high energy. It's never a dull moment. And the attendees were really encouraged. Some folks who were in retirement and want to write, or somebody who's doing contemplating a career change or wanting to write. They had opportunities to sit down with agents and publishers and folks like me who I don't have much to offer except my own experience and some encouragement in my journey. So they can relate to me because I'm doing what they want to do. So that's a lot of fun.
One of the dynamics that I kind of was noticing before the conference, but I was blown away when I look at a bunch of writers. Essentially, they are peers. But they are also competitors. You're competing for the attention of the publishers, the editors, the people like that you need to catapult you into, or, to put you on stage, so to speak. And at the same time, the funny thing is, I saw all of this cooperation. Everybody was offering to help others, offering advice. And the seminar, you all invest so heavily. You just pour out. The faculty was just pouring out, not just information, but I could tell by their tone and by their body language that they are sincerely interested in the success of each writer, because after all, each writer is there in their own way to share the gospel.
Yeah, and so I give back the way it was given to me. And I think I've told the story or not, how Michelle and I actually met, which was on LinkedIn, and she responded to a question I had about writing, how to get started. And she responded to me. She didn't know me, but we had a very lengthy conversation. And now, well, you saw us. We're like brother and sister, and we're co-authoring a book together now. So we help encourage each other, and we're always promoting each other. I don't know whether you noticed on my Facebook page, I shared everybody who had a launch. I shared everybody who a lot of folks who were there because I was taught share and promote each other first, then share something about yourself. And so I've been taking that step, and it does pay off because I'll share 5 or 6 posts of somebody else's, then they'll start sharing mine, and we work together. Now in the general market, which you mentioned, which I'm also in, it is different. It is, don't talk to that agent. I'm going to talk to that person. Don't talk to
Mm-hmm.
that publisher. That's
Mm-hmm.
they're mine.
Mm-hmm.
But in this world, it's different. Hey, go talk to George and Karen Porter. They may be able to help you. I pitched them something similar that it wasn't for them. They might like yours. And so we're always doing that. And it's just the way you should be. And you help each other.
From the chat room, Lori is mentioning the faculty was so very approachable. And a lot of times, I mean, these were some powerful. Well, listen, that's the wrong word. These were some very influential people.
Yeah.
And I got to sit down and talk to Cecil Stokes like we'd been friends forever.
Yeah. Cecil's a good guy. And yeah, he's done some great work out there, and he's a recognizable name. And we tend to keep those people out there, and we have to be approachable because if we're not, then we're not going to be helpful. They're not going to be able to help us, and then we're going to miss out on great friendships. And that's what it's all about. Because I've met so many great friends. When I went to my first conference, I didn't know anybody, and I mean, I didn't know anybody. And now, I've met Kyle, Michelle, Bethany, but now we're a team. Now we're on this team together, and it's awesome.
Okay. Trying to keep up with the chat. We have some people out there. Hey, if you are not logged into the chat, we welcome you. You can just kind of watch and hang out and read the chat, but we do encourage you to join in the chat if you are so inclined. All you do is, well, you've got some directions on the screen there, but Dale, how do you arrange these faculty? Are they doing it? Is this what they do for a living now?
Well, no, not a lot of them don't do it for a living. A lot of them just do it on the side. Some of them do it for a living. What will happen for the Ohio conference is Kyle and Bethany and my wife Angie, and some others, Victoria, they'll get on a conference call, and over the next few weeks, and they'll start throwing out who they want to invite, because it is by invite only, and they'll reach out to these folks who can attend, and they'll either confirm or say I can't come this week, or I'm off, or sure I'll be there. So it's a result of a few meetings, a few conference calls, getting in contact with them, because you want to have people there who will attract some of the attendees. I mean, you don't want to go there and don't have any publishers or agents or editors there to talk to. So you want to get somebody who's influential in the Christian writing world, and then have them there and have them accessible. I mean, Karen Porter, Bold Vision Books, and John Herring, my publisher, was just bombarded. Everybody wanted to talk to him, and that was great. They felt great when they left. I talked to John at great length. He's like, "This has been a small conference, but I've worked my tail off." And people wanting to talk to him about getting a book published, and so we're fortunate now to have 6 with him. So we're very excited about the next few months or next year with New Hope Publishing.
Well, and you got some top spin because this was almost immediately following the launch of your book, and everywhere I turned, I mean, I'm surprised you didn't have stuff in the bathroom, so it worked out particularly well for you, but you weren't the only one who had recently published a book.
No, there was Michelle and Bethany's Platinum Faith book. You had Tina Yeager's new book out with New Hope Publishers, and you had Victoria Duerstock's getting ready to launch. So we had 4. We were celebrating those accomplishments, because everybody works hard for that, and it's not easy. So mine was just out that Monday, so we were excited about that, and right now, from what I hear, it's doing really well. So we're getting ready to head down to start promoting it more. We just got word tonight to receive my Bengal credentials, so I'll be heading down to all the Cincinnati Bengals games, talking to some of these players who are in the books, trying to get them to do endorsements and some videos with me. which isn't easy. I mean, but I'll get it done.
One of the things that I learned from the conference, I had heard it a couple of times, but it really, really struck me in an awesome way. Every speaker, every keynote speaker, every class that I was able to video, they talked about platform. And I had never thought of it, although I have been involved in helping people build a Twitter platform, or be influential on Twitter or other social media. But what I found that was, I'm still trying to process it, Dale. It's not enough just to have good words. You've got to be at least a personality, if not somewhat of a celebrity, to get the attention of the publisher, no matter what you've written.
Yeah, they do their homework. They will. And so when I first got into this, I had zero. I mean, I had zero followers. I didn't have a social media presence except on LinkedIn. Didn't have a Facebook page. Didn't have anything. And so Kyle sat down after he signed me to a contract, and he said, "Hey, you got to get some followers." I was like, "Okay." And so we went to work on it. And you have to engage people. And it's been a fun ride. And we're still building. I mean, I went from zero Twitter to I'm approaching 16,000, which still is not a lot. And I kind of enjoy Twitter. I engage a lot of people. I've sold some books. I've made some fantastic contacts on Twitter. I've met you on Twitter.
And I don't really remember how we crossed paths. I really don't.
I think you were stalking me, and so I responded.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
I was desperate.
Yeah, and so we've made some really good. And I think, I don't know if Tammy's on out there. We've met her, and I've just met some good. I think Doug's out there tonight. Some good contacts there, and so platform is critical because they want to know how you will sell your books, and how many people. And this is because I've been there. If you have 5 followers or 15 followers on Twitter, and you put a post out about your book, not a lot of people don't see that. So. And I get it. So I'm fortunate to have a great team of people who retweet my stuff, and that's wonderful. And on Facebook and Instagram, I don't like Instagram, but they're all important. They're all important.
Well, I have already. The first thought that came to my mind is we are going to have, in fact, Thursday night, Lori Metzger will be live here, and we've got Doug Carter. Out
Awesome.
there. We are going to have many of these people that were at that conference. Yeah. This is going to be sort of the entry ramp, the on-ramp to the platform highway. It's kind of a low-stakes game. You can feel more conversational here. It's not like you're on the Mike Huckabee show or something. But also, from that, we have the highlight videos. That'll give you more material to market. I've also got on the phone with one of our collaborators. He has a show with me on Friday nights, and he is one of the most brilliant Twitter minds in the world, bar none. In fact, he and I have managed numerous Twitter accounts for campaigns, primarily for U.S. Congress. Now, not for names that you would recognize because, well, they lost. They're kind of long shots, but we have taken situations in a short period of time, an unknown person who decides to run for Congress, and bump them up to 20,000 followers in a very short period of time, and we know the techniques, and it is a craft, Dale. It is not hard work. Intuitive, and I wouldn't characterize it so much as hard. I would characterize it's like anything else. If you're going on a diet, it's consistency. If you're going to the gym, consistency. Anything you do, it takes everyday effort. You don't have to kill yourself, but it's not like you can just bear down on it and all of a sudden guys or followers come along.
Yeah, I've got a system down where I typically pick up 30 to 50 a day, and and I'm doing that. I think a few weeks ago I had just over 15. Now I'm approaching 16. I should probably have that by probably next week, and that's awesome. But there's also some things to watch out for. I've had 2 fake accounts that people thought was me, and somebody sent me this message. I can't believe that you're liking this stuff, and so I looked at it. I'm like, that's not me. It looks like they spelled Dell with 2 L's instead of 1, and I'm like, that's not me. Come on. So and one of the people you met, Victoria, sent me a message the other day because she saw one on Instagram. My pictures, everything. She said, this is not you. So yeah, so we look out for each other. She sent me a note. I was able to get it knocked off or get it, stopped. And so that's the beauty of this stuff. We all look out for each other. We all help each other. We all love each other. We all support each other. And when one wins, we celebrate. When one suffers a setback, we help them, and that's just the way it is.
Well, I see that Rachel Colby has joined us now. She is an
awesome.
award-winning author at this point, I believe. Didn't she receive some in the awards thing?
Yeah, and she's great. We've met down at the Blue Ridge Mountain Christian Writers Conference briefly, and yeah. So and her friend Norma was the one who left you the thank you note, which was very thoughtful.
Yeah, folks. Dale was just so moved and touched. It just reminds me of Andy Clapp, And he said, "I got this personal note," and I said, "Well, yeah, I reached my pile. I got one too."
It's like, awesome. Yeah, and so we're the classes are fun. They're engaging. I didn't have to kick you out of mine, which was great. We had a really good time.
Yeah, it was. Well, folks, we'll do this again next week. If you are in view of this and you were an attendee at that conference, PJNet wants to reach out to you. Our mission here is, well, my personal mission. It says so on my Twitter profile. My ministry is to help yours. And our mission here is to move the needle, to impact the culture. And you know how when you do interviews, you think about what you should have said, and you were talking to me, and of course I was breaking down. I was all hot and sweaty, and folks, I would have been happy to have moved the needle at that conference, but no, it filled the tank, but more than that, it supercharges the engine. It's not enough to just say, folks, you got to have a platform. Folks, we are working together. Serious Writers, Dell, myself, Michelle, all these folks are partnering to not just say you need to have a platform. We're going to hold your hand and help you. Now, you have to do the work, but there are people that are willing and able to help you and are in a position to help you. Right. If you hear this, I hope that you will stay tuned, stay in touch, hit me up. Hit Sunbelt Girl up, do whatever. We want to help you in your ministry because we've got to change the culture.
One of the attendees there, Renee Kennedy, came up. She was new to Twitter. She just had a handful of followers, and she was embarrassed. I said, "Don't be embarrassed. I said, you're starting this." So, and then this isn't posting. I put out a tweet. I said, "Hey, friends, follow Renee," and she within like an hour, she goes, my phone's, I've got like 25, 30 new followers.
Yeah.
And so we want help. We want to help everybody. And
that's called teamwork.
It is, and it's awesome. So that's what it's all about. Because here pretty soon, I ask people for help. I'm asking Rachel, who's on, hey, share First Down Devotion stuff for me, please. I ask you to do that too. I ask just a few friends to share that for now, and they do that, and that helps overall. So anybody out there who has First Down, I would love a review on Amazon. Thank you.
Okay, folks, let me tell you how we're doing things at the moment. We're going to wrap up here very shortly, and I will be up for the next 2 or 3 hours editing this program to produce a highlights video. I would like you to first watch for that. It'll be on my Twitter profile. I'm at Data Genesis. I'll also post it on Facebook. If you would like, I actually have a public folder now that you can literally download that promo video. So let's work as a team. Let's gang up, be a wolf pack, so to speak, and share. And if you would, because I have done things like this before. It's not about how profound you say it or how often you say it. It's about how many people say it. So the promo videos are watchable. They're 45 seconds long. The program is 20. We're trying to stay at 20 minutes. I know we're 5 minutes over already because we're going to start having 2 guests each night live. So we're going to kind of shorten it up. So folks, hit me up. Be on the lookout for the promo videos that come from here and share them as an encouragement to others, and let's build the team that way. Dell, what's the last? I talked too much. What did you want to say that I cut you off?
Oh, I'm used to that, so I don't know. I'm kidding,
folks. Dell doesn't know much.
Okay. No, we're thrilled to have you there, and look forward to seeing you back up in Ohio. And you're always welcome. And yeah, you can pop, you can stop on the way here. We're right along the way, so let's work it out.
All right, Dale,
We'll make you
thank you
some
so
biscuits and
much.
gravy.
Yeah, I need some more calories. And well, Dale, you have been very faithful in sharing your time and being faithful in this. Thank you so much. Thank you for your ministry, your blog. Even when it's not about me, I find it interesting. And folks, if I'll put it up there one more time. I about messed up like I did last night. Go to DaleDidway.com where he blogs every Tuesday. It's always good, especially this week. But
Yeah, how's Shelby?
oh, I sent her a text message immediately, and she is just excited. Well, I gotta. We'll talk more later.
All right.
But boy, we had 10 hours on the way home, and she was like an octopus on roller skates, going to do this, that, and the other. It was great.
She was awesome.
It is awesome. All right, Dale, thank
you.
you, and we'll see you about this time next week.
Good night.
All right, folks, Dale Didway, who is here every Tuesday night. Now, if you're new in our chat room, welcome. I hope to see you again and again and again. In fact, I hope to see you on this program, not just in the chat room. If you're a Christian writer, we want to help you proclaim your message. Tomorrow night, we will have Michelle Medlock Adams, who most of you, if you were at that conference, you know who I'm talking about, and she is always enthusiastic. But we got some more great videos. We've got some fun in the chat room. Enjoy this is a video that I made in honor of Dell and his appearance on this show. I'll play it a little bit long before we switch to some more good gospel music and enjoy the fellowship right here on PJNet Live.